Hi, this is Dr. Mark Allen, the Chief Technology Officer of Decision Management here at Progress Software and former founder and CEO of Corticon Technologies, acquired by Progress about 3 years ago. This is part 2 of our webinar, talking about what are business rules and why should I care. So I'm going to go through a number of reasons why you need business rules. I'm going to go through each one of these individually. So our first reason is keeping up with the pace of change. If you're like most businesses, you have an IT backlog of requested changes that may take months or years to develop. A business rules management system can help you make changes much faster than other alternatives. So we have this quote here from Unum, one of the Corticon customers, that manages employee benefits programs for large employers. So they gave us this quote after implementing Corticon. Changes that would have taken weeks can be made in days, including all the necessary IT governance and control. So these are sophisticated changes to business rules, policies, regulations, and the like, customer pricing contracts that they need to make. And they're able to make them far faster. Now, we see this consistently across our customer base. We're told on simple problems, changes may be 10 times faster. On complex problems, maybe 100 times faster than traditional development approaches. So these changes to your policies, to your regulations, may come at very inopportune times for an IT department, and having a rules engine positions you for change. Number 2, improve efficiency and productivity. Now, by this, I mean that you can get your processes, whatever they are, done far faster and far more efficiently. So in this case, we're going to talk about Aon, which uses Corticon to manage their claims for property and casualty claims. So before Corticon, they had 200 claims handlers. After fully implementing Corticon, they only needed 2 claims handlers, which effectively managed exceptions that the rules engine would identify. And they also, those same people, managed the business rules, constantly improving those rules. So we see these types of benefits across many of our customers. If you're an insurance company and you're manually underwriting, if you're a bank and you're doing a lot of manual work in processing a loan, if you're a government organization and you're spending time making any type of rote decisions, a rules engine can help to automate those rote decisions and allow you to apply your human resources to more important tasks. Number 3, ensure compliance with policy and regulation. So this is increasingly important, and in many countries, regulation is quite complex. As your business grows, you have many policies and best practices. So I'll give you a couple of examples here. So an example of policy is eBay. So eBay uses Corticon to manage risk in their marketplace. Effectively, they look at where they've had problems, where buyers have been unhappy with the product that they've received and the representation of that product. And they've created a set of policies that hold money from sellers based upon ratings of those sellers, the product that they're selling, the geography they're selling in, and many other rules associated with managing risk in their marketplace. Now, this is a tremendous example of scalability where the rules are processed, eBay actually told me, up to 250 million times per day. So great scalability. And it would be almost impossible to enforce this policy manually. So it really helps to ensure compliance in a much more scalable form. Now, another case, I want to talk about regulation. So regulation, in this case, we're talking about the Affordable Care Act. About half the states in the nation use Corticon to help them comply with the Affordable Care Act, which effectively legislated a lot of new business rules associated with benefits eligibility for various types of health benefits. Now, many of these states use Corticon to help them comply with these benefits. Now, of course, they had systems prior to the Affordable Care Act that helped to assess these benefits. The problem was when this new regulation came out, it required so much change to those business rules that it equated to a rewrite of their systems. And so many of these states made the choice to upgrade to Corticon, and they're now not only positioned for change, but they're able to show how they're compliant with this regulation. Of course, they know that this regulation might change with new political climate, so being positioned for change is absolutely critical. So one other compliance case that I wanted to mention, I recently was talking to one of our banking customers who was explaining how they're using Corticon to help them comply with capital requirements regulations in the banking industry, which in the United States, new regulations came into effect that must be complied with here very quickly. I've also heard of the same thing in other countries in Europe as well as in Singapore from some of our customers. So again, Corticon helps them to guarantee that they're in compliance with regulations and position them for change to those regulations in the future. Number 4, improve customer service. So customers today really demand an efficient experience, certainly to the degree that they've got a choice. Now, we see a lot of our government customers trying to move to a much better, in some cases, even citizen self-service type of approach. So sometimes they can achieve that. They can actually take an old process where citizens had to go into an office, fill out paper forms, and then weeks later they would get an answer. And now they can offer both a web page as well as a mobile service that can allow customers to apply for various benefits programs online and get answers in minutes as opposed to weeks. Of course, this is not only much better customer service, but it's also far more efficient and productive for the government organization itself. Now, we see these same sorts of things occurring all over the place in commercial businesses. So companies offering any type of service directly to their customers online via the web and via mobile device. Of course, in order to do this, you must be able to encode the logic of the decision-making logic, the rules of your best agent directly into the software and provide the ability to change those rules easily as those best practices change. Number 5, open new revenue opportunities. So there are lots of cases of this. In one case, NetTeller, a company very similar to PayPal that offers the ability to do online payment processing, money transfers. And prior to using Corticon, they had a very simple set of rules embedded in their software that effectively said if you don't meet these criteria, then we don't do business with you. And that blocked out a huge portion of the population. So they used Corticon to build a much more sophisticated set of rules, effectively policies of if people don't have certain credit, then they can still qualify under a little bit different rules. And what they are able to do is, by applying these more complex rules, immediately open up the opportunity to do business with a far larger population. So we also see new revenue opportunities as customers move toward digital transformation, which I just talked about, taking their products and services and beginning to offer them online. So we see some of our customers, our manufacturing customers, being able to allow the purchase of very complex products that require configuration directly to their customers through a complex configurator based upon business rules. We see insurance companies and banks offering insurance policies or loans directly online. This is huge benefits in terms of opening new revenue opportunities. So the question for you is, what can you do to begin to offer your products and services online via the web and mobile devices directly to your customers, whether they be consumers or other businesses? So key here, I talked to you about several actual customer examples. Of course, Corticon is used well over 500 customers in a variety of different industries. So I imagine that this could apply very equally well to whatever your business problems are. And with that, we welcome you to try out Progress Corticon yourself. The product takes only minutes to download and install, comes with great tutorials and documentation, and after you've given it a try, give us a call, and we're happy to work with you at no cost to show you how Corticon can be applied to your specific business problem. Again, thank you so much for your time, and have a great day.